I left something in my car last summer and came back to find it had completely changed shape. Not melted exactly, just warped in a way that made it totally useless. And when I looked into why, I ended up going down a rabbit hole about what extreme heat actually does to the chemistry and structure of everyday objects. Turns out the car interior is basically a slow-motion pressure cooker. And there are 10 things most of us leave in there constantly that are quietly getting destroyed or turning genuinely dangerous every time the sun comes out. Number 1, bottled water. Start with a water bottle because it's the thing almost everyone has rolling around in their car and nobody thinks twice about. It's water, right? Completely harmless. Except a full, clear plastic bottle sitting on a sun-hit dashboard can focus light like a magnifying glass, concentrating it onto a single point on your seat fabric. And there are documented cases of that actually scorching the upholstery. You won't believe how normal the bottle looks while this is happening. The PET plastic it's made from starts leaching antimony into the water at 158 degrees Fahrenheit, and car interiors regularly hit that range within an hour of parking. The water you drink after leaving it in the car all day isn't the same water you put in there. Number 2, aerosol cans. Aerosol cans are pressure vessels, and that pressure is calibrated for room temperature. Not a car sitting in July sun pushing 130 degrees Fahrenheit inside. Most cans are rated to around 120 degrees Fahrenheit before the seams start to fail, and a parked car hits that even on a mild 73 degrees Fahrenheit day within an hour. Did you know the propellant inside butane, propane, isobutane is also highly flammable? So when the can vents or ruptures, you don't just get product spraying everywhere, you get flammable gas filling an enclosed space with hot metal surfaces nearby. Hairspray, deodorant, sunscreen spray, cooking spray, they all use the same propellant system, so none of them are safe to leave behind, regardless of what season it is. Number 3, lighters. Lighters are so small, they basically vanish into a cup holder or the bottom of a bag, and that's exactly why people forget them. A standard BIC holds about 4 milliliters of butane under pressure, and butane's boiling point sits around -0.5 degree Fahrenheit, so it's already pushing hard against the casing at room temperature. The polystyrene casing starts weakening well before it visibly softens, and once the valve seal distorts, butane vents into the car and sinks straight to the floor because it's heavier than air. You open the door, sit down, and you're directly above an invisible flammable layer, where a spark from the ignition is enough to set it off. Number 4, power banks. Power banks sit in that category of things people toss in the glove box and completely forget about, which is a problem because a lithium-ion cell doesn't handle heat passively. Above 140 degrees Fahrenheit, the liquid electrolyte inside starts breaking down into gases, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, and those gases inflate the cell casing from the inside out. That swelling isn't just cosmetic damage. It means the separator layers between the anode and cathode have been compromised, and those separators are what prevent a short circuit. Did you know lithium battery fires burn above 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit and produce their own oxygen, so a standard fire extinguisher won't smother them? A 20,000 milliampere-hour power bank carries multiple cells wired together, so when one cell hits thermal runaway, the heat it dumps into the adjacent cells pushes them past their threshold too, and the whole pack catches fire in seconds. Number 5, smartphones. Phones look like glass and metal, but the battery, processor, and display driver all run hot, even sitting idle. So when the air around the phone is already 130 degrees Fahrenheit, there's nowhere for that heat to go. Apple recommends keeping iPhones below 95 degrees Fahrenheit during use, and once the internal temperature hits 113 degrees Fahrenheit, the phone shuts itself off. That sounds protective, but the battery keeps absorbing heat from the environment after the screen goes black. The optically clear adhesive bonding the display layers starts failing between 140 and 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which is why you get dead zones and color shifts that don't go away after the phone cools down. Studies show lithium-ion degradation accelerates above 86 degrees Fahrenheit during storage, so that phone barely lasting a day now probably spent last summer in a cup holder. Number 6, laptops and tablets. Laptops take the heat problem phones have and scale it up, because a larger chassis absorbs more total energy from a hot seat, so the aluminum body reaches damaging temperatures faster than any phone would. Aluminum expands at 23 micrometers per meter per degree Celsius, which sounds tiny until you realize the SSD connectors, hinge assemblies, and screen bezels all expand at slightly different rates. And those precision tolerances start slipping against each other. The display is a sandwich of bonded layers, and uneven frame expansion shears them apart, producing permanent bright spots and color bleed. Tablets have fewer moving parts, but carry large, flat lithium polymer pouch cells that bow the screen outward when heat builds internal gas pressure. Number 7. Glasses and sunglasses. Eyeglass frames hold their shape through material memory, meaning the temples and bridge are bent to specific angles that the material wants to return to. And that memory only works as long as the temperature stays reasonable. Acetate frames, which cover most premium eyewear, turn pliable right around 140 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, exactly where a dashboard in direct sun sits on a hot day. So the frame softens and sags under its own weight without looking obviously damaged. The lenses crack their anti-reflective coating through a different process, where the polycarbonate substrate expands faster than the coating bonded to it, and you see that as crazing or a sudden glare and crease that no cleaning cloth fixes. Polarized sunglasses are even more exposed because the polarizing film laminated between the lens layers can delaminate and leave dark, irregular patches right across your field of vision. Number 8. Sunscreen bottles. Sunscreen seems like a harmless thing to leave in the car, but the active ingredients are organic molecules with specific three-dimensional shapes that absorb UV at particular wavelengths, and heat above 77 degrees Fahrenheit starts warping those shapes. Avobenzone, octinoxate, oxybenzone, they all degrade the same way, so a bottle that's been sitting in a hot car may apply smoothly and smell completely normal while delivering a fraction of the SPF printed on the label. Did you know mineral sunscreens with zinc oxide are more heat stable because the particles are inorganic solids that don't degrade chemically? The emulsion they're suspended in still separates though, so you're left spreading an uneven mixture across your skin and calling it protection. Number 9. Lip balm and makeup. Lip balm is almost entirely wax, with a melting point between 140 and 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and a car interior in summer hits that range comfortably. So it doesn't just soften, it fully liquefies and resolidifies in whatever shape the container landed in. The bigger problem with makeup left in a hot car is the preservative system. Foundations and concealers use parabens and phenoxyethanol to stop bacterial growth, and heat breaks those compounds down. So you're applying something directly to your face that no longer has effective antimicrobial protection. Mascara thins out as the water in the formula expands, then dries clumpy when it cools, and the coverage from heat-cycled liquid foundation becomes patchy because the pigment particles have already settled out permanently. Number 10. Groceries or food containers. Food safety guidelines put the bacterial danger zone between 40 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and a car interior in summer hits 140 degrees Fahrenheit within an hour of parking, so groceries in the backseat are already in trouble before you've made it home. Meat and dairy are the obvious ones, but chocolate develops fat bloom when it melts and resolidifies, which permanently changes the texture, and bread molds faster because heat redistributes moisture inside the loaf into pockets that mold thrives in. Plastic containers leach BPA into food more aggressively at high temperatures too, so that leftover lunch absorbed more of those compounds than it would sitting on a kitchen counter. Bacteria don't multiply at a steady rate in that temperature range. They follow an exponential curve. So 2 hours of heat exposure doesn't produce twice the bacterial growth of 1 hour, it produces roughly 10 times as much. Every item on this list fails through the same basic mechanism. Heat adds energy to molecules. Molecules move faster, and structures that depend on things staying arranged a certain way start coming apart. Wax crystals, polymer chains, lithium electrolyte, pressurized gas, they all follow the same rules. Your car isn't a storage space. It's a thermal reactor that runs every time the sun hits the windshield. And the things sitting inside aren't waiting passively. They're absorbing energy and building toward a failure point you'll trigger the next time you open the door. Don't forget to subscribe for more of this kind of breakdown.